Namaskar, namaskar. Welcome back to another Thursday live, Thursday evening 7 p.m. Hope you guys doing fantastic, and me too. So today, let's talk about what are all the creative ways that you can, buy an investment property or buy a first-time home or a flip or a bird project or a multifamily. So the topic is around those, and you know just like every life, this life is for you. Any questions you have related to anything related to real estate, feel free to ask me in the comments, because I feel like everyone has to have a chance to get their questions answered, so that they might get into this game of achieving financial freedom through real estate, which I strongly believe in. Real estate can change lives, which how it did to me. So yeah, and if you're joining this live, let me know where you're joining the live from. What's your name? You know, what's your journey so far with real estate uh, going forward? So that's being said, just a quick update, because many people have asking me how is the market doing, how is the Windsor, in specific Windsor real estate market doing. So like you all know, if you don't know who I am, my name is Aditya Soma. I am a real estate investor and realtor located in Windsor, Ontario. Yes, Windsor, Ontario, southern part of GTA. Pretty much the market update side, the market is doing, it's catching up. The latest news is probably which touched on a little bit last week. On March 8th, there's supposed to be an interest rate hike, but for the first time in last 1 year, the Bank of Canada decided not to increase the rates. And guess what happened? We started to see a lot more buyers on the market, a lot more buyers. Like now, a lot of properties, especially in good neighborhoods. Ex- Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me grab a sip of water here. So, because of the interest rate pause, we started to see more buyers, and a lot of properties are getting into bidding war. Like this last few days, me and my team, we were writing offers, or for a lot of our clients, and some properties are even getting like 23, 25, and the highest I have seen just in last 1 week, like 35 offers. And of course, they're listing the property price lower, so that strategy again back to more often now, because during that last year August, or last year February to this year January, the listing low price was also not working that well. The bidding war was not happening that much. But now they're listing the properties, like if the market value is, let's say, 500,000, and a lot of listings are coming with a listing price of 399, even 379, and they are getting again 100,000, over asking. There was one listing, actually, this one, I was so disappointed, because my client was so much interested in. It's like 2410 Prince. It's a nice, decent East Windsor location, and the house was beautiful, like two-car garage, almost like 1700 square feet, 3 bedroom, two bath, unfinished basement, and with a pool in the back. And they listed for 525 or 520, 530, something in that lines. And they had an offer presentation like week after, and they had, like, at the last minute, 23 offers. We gave an offer for clean offer, almost 110,000 more, 633 or 33, 34,000, or close to 110,000 more, no conditions. And guess what? Still, we didn't get it. The property sold for 661,000. So, yeah, we are back to the crazy moments, and I don't know how long this is going to last, how long it's going to continue. If And also, I was hearing that Bank of Canada might, even uh, consider reducing the rates because of this Silicon Valley Bank issue. The probably more of those things coming in. So yeah, it's an interesting time period. Let me know what you guys think. What are if you're a realtor, if you're in a different neighborhood, what are you seeing? What is your experience so far in the market? Let me know in the comments below. So before I jump into the creative strategies, let me see. Gurvinder, hey Aditya from Calgary. Hi Gurvinder. Rohan from Detroit, Michigan. Hey Rohan. Harsh Patel. I'm an international student in Pittsburgh. I would really like to become a realtor in Canada. Can I get my license when I'm on work permit? Yes, in Ontario, yes, you can get a license when you're on work permit. When I started, you could not, but now my cousin who is on work permit, he got his license. Now he's crushing it. So yes, you can definitely. Is it okay to buy a new townhouse in Calgary or buy an old detached house? I mean, again, old or new, it's your personal choice because, old homes also great if the structure is good, if the mechanical is updated, if all the major ticket items are updated and the structure is good. Old house is also fine. But it depends on what's your purpose. If you're looking to invest, then look at the numbers. If you're looking to for personal use, then it's your personal choice, what you and your family would like to have. So yeah, Harsha, it is extremely unlikely the Bank of Canada will reduce rates before September 2024. Best case scenario is that they will hold the current rates till then. Yeah, I don't know that I if they hold that long, I think we might see the market kind of get up and down and again, because there will be some people who might not be in a position to you know uh, pay their mortgages. So yeah, that's a quick chat on the market update. Now coming to the main topic of today's live is the creative side of financing, because many people have been reached out to me asking, oh, I don't have money, can I get into real estate, what can I do, or I have this much money, what can I do, right? So I wrote down a lot of options here. So let's start with this one. Well, the best case scenario, the first, not the best one, I think, every strategy that I'm going to talk now is case by case. I applied different strategies in different point in time. I would not say, just this one is great, this one is not. It depends on what time you're in, where you're in, what's your current financial situation, what do you do for living, what's your financial situation, how much money you have. So there is always pros and cons for every strategy. So to start with, the first strategy, like if you're someone a fresher, like you have some money and you're working full time, then the best place to start with is the primary home option. And if you're with an investor mindset, going for duplex or triplex or fourplex, putting as low as 5% down, or even if needed 10% down, that is the easiest way to get in for a lot of people. Because personally, that's how I started. I invested, like, on my first property, it was like $8,000 all in. Of course, this is not now, back in like 2016. So obviously, probably now you might need 30,000 for a 500,000 home. And I made a reel a while ago on Instagram saying, you can buy a house for $30,000, and many negative comments. What this guy is talking? Yes, I'm talking real. I mean that we help almost like every month, at least 4 to 5 clients to do that, because cities like Windsor, who has availability inventory that is under 500,000. Yes, it has to be under 500,000, and you have to qualify for that property. So if you find a property that is under 500,000 and you're working full time and you qualify for a mortgage, you can get for as low as 5% or 10% down. So do the math. And even because this is a primary home, and if you don't have this money, you can get some of it, or even majority of it, as a gifted funds from your parents or from your family member, immediate family members. you know just a shady thing, what I have seen people do is, like, they have line of credits, they ask their parents to give the money, and after closing they use their line of credits, pay the parents back. but which you're not supposed to do, because the gifted fund, the letter says this money parents are not going to take it back from you. But hey, how many people follow the rules, right? That's one creative strategy that worked out for me multiple times. And also, that being said, I was sitting down on a with a mortgage people and the insurer, Genworth. I was asking them this question. A lot of people ask me, like, can I buy a second home on 5% down, or third home on 5% down? So here is what they were saying: if the story aligns, which means you're moving genuinely from second first home to second home, and your ratios work, and this first home become your the rental, and the first home becomes the rental, and the second home becomes your primary home, then yes. So I have a negotiation going on. Probably you guys have to hold on me for a quick second. Hello? Yes. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, unless if it's coming from your client, and I'm gonna go back to them and ask. But my clients gave their best based on what's in that area sold, and what's the property has. So do your best. If they want more, send me a counter. I'll talk to my clients again. Hmm. Yeah, of course, I looked at everything. But again, look, if your client has more expectations, send me as a counter. I'll talk to my clients. Mm, I don't know if they would go more. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, likewise, they've been on the market for more than a month now. So at least, if they are little flexible, we can make it happen. If they are not, then, yeah, those things, if like I said, any little terms, just counter me back. I'll talk to my clients. Mhm. But I'm not gonna go back and ask my client if you're not countering. I want you to send me a counter. Then I can talk to my clients. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Now sellers want more. They don't want to take the offers that we are giving. Sorry, guys. So back to the topic. Yeah, so the first time home buyer, the primary home option, like you're going for second home or third home, you can still might qualify for buying this home with 5% down or 10% down. The only thing is the story has to align. For example, you have a beautiful $1 million home, and if you say the bank that you're buying a condo, and you have a family of your four people, and you're saying them that you're moving into condo, and you want to buy this one for 5% down, do you think they're going to believe? Are they that dumb? Right? So don't do this kind of things. Better have a call discussion with your mortgage person and see what they suggest and do accordingly. So that's something that I found out. And now the another strategy that I have seen works out more often, is let's say you're an investor who has like 50,000, and you want to buy an investment property, and the property is worth 500,000, and you need 100,000 down payment, but you only have 50,000. So you can do two ways. I mean, actually, multiple ways, but two are best strategies that I know. One, you can talk to any of your family member who are willing to give you a loan, a private loan. You know, if you go to a actual professional private lenders, they're going to charge you a lot of interest, like a monthly payment, actually upfront 2% or 3%, and plus like 15% or something on the money that you need. And not every lender will accept having a second mortgage, so you got to check with that. Whereas if you go to your own family members or your friends who has line of credits, if they have an interest of like 5% 6% on their line of credit, maybe offer them 10%. Now you can avoid all that, the additional fees that you have to pay for the lenders, so that you can take it as a loan for next 1 year or 2 years, until how long, however the long you want. So that is another great strategy, because a lot of family members have money, and many times you miss it. Maybe they don't have money, but they might have RRSPs. So this is something very important. If your friend has RRSPs of 100,000, they can invest in your project. They can get private lending. There is a process. The lawyers can take care of the process, how to set it up, how they can lend you that money. That is doable. That's how, coming to the third strategy, that's how a lot of multifamily investors do. Like, the latest project that I'm doing right now is the 27 unit building I mentioned in the other videos. What we did is, like, in this project, me and my partner, we didn't put any money, zero of our money. So we got a mixed of multiple strategies here. We got 80% loan to value as a loan from the seller itself. Instead of going to the bank, we said, hey, seller, we want to buy this property. We'll give you X amount, but we want you to hold 80% of that price. So let's say if it's $1 million, we took a loan from the seller because he has the building free and clear. He don't have a mortgage, and he is an old guy who is about to retire. He don't have a need for the money at this point in time. So we convinced him, and we offered him percent interest rate percentage. This is where again your negotiation skills and your people skills, how well you can build that rapport with the seller comes into picture. So we built a good relation, and especially my partner had a very good relation with him. So he agreed for literally like a good interest rate. So now instead of paying the bank, we are paying him monthly mortgage payment. The cool thing is it's like a 2 years term. So in this 2 years, we are planning to turn over the units, get the higher rents, and refinance. So once we refinance, we will be paying back. But now coming to the remaining 20%, right? We need this money to 20%. This is what we did. So the remaining 20%, we raised it from other investors, like like I just mentioned earlier, the RRSP, the investors who has money, either their own saved up cash or their RRSPs, because the register funds can be invested in other investments like real estate. It has to be done properly through your lawyer. So that way, it's like there's specific terms, some legal terms where they have to register and they get certain amount of shares and etc. I don't want to go into the legal part. That's not my strength. Talk to a lawyer. But that's something doable. So now literally we had 4 or 5 investors that lended us 20%, and they got X amount of shares in the project. And we got the property literally for 0% down, zero money down, the seller mortgage and the private money. So private money, you can find in within your own circle. We raised money from our own circle, but you can even raise from actual professional mortgage brokers. Only difference is with the mortgage brokers, they will have some extra cost on it. And if here's one caution, if you're trying to apply this strategy, I would give a solid caution. This is where I have seen people get burned down. Is don't leverage, don't get into this kind of depths if the project is not worth it. Make sure you have multiple exit strategies from this property. You're getting into a good deal. You know that this particular investment that you're making, which you're pretty much doing a zero down payment concept, which you're not putting any money into, which means you have more payments, monthly payments, right? Like, so you want to make sure you have multiple exit strategies, and you want to make sure the deal is good. So we can talk about, how to analyzing deals on some other session. So before I continue, let me take some questions here. I see a lot of questions pouring in. Again, by what I'm sharing, I know it's a little hefty subject. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask while I'm going on. Real estate is something I won't be able to stop talking. So it's like a drug for me. So don't hesitate to stop me and ask questions, and any questions that you have. So Krunal, hey Aditya, it's me Krunal from Toronto. How to buy an investment property in Windsor with private mortgage with less down payment? So yeah, that's what I was just sharing, Krunal. If you have missed it, in short, um, one, you can even get like another investment. Here is one I got personally recently. You can get a traditional loan for 65% or 70% loan if it's a multifamily, depending on the income, the ratios. And the remaining money, you can ask the seller. So instead of asking the seller for the bigger mortgage, you get the traditional loan, and you ask the seller for 10% or 20% of the money to put it as a, as a second mortgage. And of course, one caution in this area, you need to have a good mortgage agent who knows what they're doing, because not every lender would agree for those terms. So make sure you're working with the right person. That's very important. And make sure your lender doesn't have those kind of restrictions where you cannot have a second mortgage, you cannot have this mortgage. So that's one way. And the other way is, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes even sellers, if you're giving, let's say the property worth $1 million and you're giving them 1.5, sorry, 1.1 million, another 100,000 more, and you're asking them to hold 100% mortgage or 90% mortgage, and you bring that 10% from your line of credits or from your friends, because that's not a bank, it's a seller. He's not going to look at where you're bringing the money. Whereas if it's a bank, they're going to look at where is your down payment coming from. So you can, if the seller agrees to hold the mortgage for 90% or 85%, and you bring this remaining money from anywhere else, now you can qualify for this property. But make sure if you're doing that, you have a plan to refinance this property in a year or two and put it into a regular loan, so that way you don't get into trouble. Okay, so let's go into more questions. Shreyas, hey from Mississauga, good to see you here, brother. What are the available options for arranging down payments if funds are not possible to arrange from savings or refinance? So, like I was mentioning earlier, multiple ways. Your down payment, if your lender agrees, can come from private money, which is your friends or family's borrowed money. Two, you can ask the seller to hold a mortgage for second mortgage for that amount. I have seen even some people do, like, they get the second mortgage from the seller, but they don't put it on the agreement. They make some kind of agreement on the side with the lawyers, saying, some kind of, project manager or construction loan, something in that lines, and they take the loan and they use that as a down payment. So, but in this cases, just your mortgage guy has to be very, very thorough. He should know what he's doing. So, three, the RRSP funds, like from the first one, pretty much the first option, like where you're borrowing money from the other investors. Or also, there are some lenders, specific lenders. They, if it's a project that is either a flip or a burst strategy, they can even loan you with just 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 down payment. Yeah, there are some lenders, but of course your project, your property has to qualify, and your personal, profile has to qualify. um, one of my good friends, like Findley Group, these guys from London, if you search on Google, search Findley, Findle Group, they're from London. Great mortgage creative guys who has a huge team of mortgage agents, They know all the strategies. They work with good friends Jeff Weibo and Matt McKeever. So maybe reach out to those guys. And going to the next question here. Hi Aditya, I'm a foreigner and I have 3.5 million cash. Is it possible to invest right away? Can you suggest how to proceed? Basima, Ramesh Babu. Hey Ramesh. So there is definitely multiple ways you can invest. If you have 3.5 million cash, I would be definitely make sure diversify them, not just put into one asset class. One of my favorite one is if you find a really good land opportunities that where you can find a developed land, or that has zoned for residential, you can go through the process. Or second option is a solid commercial, which speaking of, I have one commercial. If anyone watching this have a good amount of money and wants to invest in something really safe, I have one commercial that is off market. Just this kind of deals doesn't go onto the table onto the market. So it's the DM me for more details on this one. It's a long-term tenant. It's a national tenant, so well-known brand. If I tell the name, you would know. Of course, I'm not going to share that online because the sellers didn't give me the permission to. But it's a 8,000 plus square footage commercial space, which is built in 2020, and the commercial tenant started from 2020, have a 15 years lease. Currently they're selling at a 5 to 6 crap 5 to 6% cap rate, which is a triple net tenant and a long-term tenant, national, well-known, 15 years lease, brand new structure. Literally, it's like you put your money and you sit there, just collect your rent because it's triple net. That means the tenants pay for the taxes, insurance, maintenance, everything by themselves. So you just collect the rent and pay your mortgage if you have a mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage, if someone like you, maybe you just take the passive income. That's another option. So finding some good commercials. Another option is maybe diversify into some into a commercial and some into private lending. But be careful, don't lend it to. I have seen some lenders, don't be careful with their money. They lend it to anyone per se. They don't see the track record, they don't see their asset value, they don't see their income. They just lend it because they're paying 15%, 16%, or even 20%. There are buyers out there who are willing to pay 20%, but they don't have any track record, any history. So you better find the history, and if the deal, make sure the property, and if possible, go on a first loans only, first mortgage. If you're lending on a first mortgage, if they don't pay you the monthly payment, you can take the property. And if the property is a value, estimated value, like the current value, if you appraised it and you're loaning based on the current market value, then you have at least a high security because the property is lean against your money. So that's another option. Another option is investing in passive projects. Like I mentioned, we raised a money for at 27 in building 6 months ago. Projects like that, you can be a passive investor, still get a pretty good amount of ownership, because we offered our investors 70%. So we are the active partners. We take 30%, and the money partners get 70% of the profits on the cash flow and the equity gain and all those things. So projects like that, you can look for those as well. And of course, there are many other ways you can leverage your money. If you want to talk one-on-one, DM me on Instagram, or email me. We can you definitely jump on a call to discuss more. I'm gonna put my Instagram DM handle here in the chat. If anyone wants to talk about investing in Windsor, or strategies like this, more detail, because strategies changes from person to person. Rohan, hi Aditya. I have a contracting job in States with a six-figure salary and family of two. I will be able to take advantage of 5% down for my first primary home under 500K in Windsor. So we gotta sit down with a mortgage guy, because you said it's a contracting job. It depends on how long you've been doing that contracting job, how consistently you've been making that six-figure income. If you have a record of at least 2 years plus and you have a credit history from US, I know some lenders here in Windsor can help you. So DM me on Instagram. we can definitely look more into it. Hey Charan, I'm an undergrad in final year of computer science from Trinity University, Pittsburgh. I want to get into real estate after my graduation. So, what is the way I can get started? There are multiple ways you can get started. Before I share that, let me sip my chai. So, start working for any real estate firm. I just met a student yesterday. This guy landed in Canada just 2 months ago, and he now started working with a property management company here in Windsor. Now he's learning how to lease the property. He's learning how to, how to show the property, how to talk to the trades, different things. And he was telling me, he didn't know anything for last 2 months about Windsor, and he started 2 weeks ago working with this property manager. He learned a lot because now he knows a lot of neighborhoods. So start working for anything within the real estate industry, because if you want to get into real estate, you need to know neighborhoods. You need to know, what are the nitty gritties goes into it. Yeah, so that's one way. And two, if you're someone want to take risk and get into sales, and just you don't know anything, but you can learn everything within a year or so. Join a team, real estate team, get your license and join a real estate team. That's another way. Or get, once you're done with the computer, if your background is computer science, if you can find a good computer science job, get a job, go through the work permit process, get PR, and start saving money while you're on work permit. Start investing as soon as you have your PR. Start investing. Get your primary residence, one after the other. And in this time, focus on making more money using the skills that you already have, because this is something that many people get diversified. Because I'm making money in real estate doesn't mean that you will make money in real estate. So active money make with your personal skills that you already have. If you don't have any skills, then learn the skills whichever the area you want. If you're interested in real estate, you can learn by working for some firm or by getting your license, or even you can do wholesaling. I know a lot of people who does work for a wholesaling company. So they go knock the doors, find properties, talk to the sellers, and get a property on contract, and find a buyer and sell it to them, make profit on that. Search wholesaling. You can do that too. Hi Aditya, can you please create a live session around cash flow properties in Canada? Yes, maybe. However, you know what? We'll do another live about analyzing the cash flow properties in Windsor. I don't know about across Canada, but definitely I can talk about Windsor. Wonder Woman, I love that name. Hi Aditya, I'm currently in Toronto on a work permit. Can I become a real estate agent or a mortgage broker? Yes, as far as I know, I don't know about mortgage broker license, but I know for sure real estate agent you can get your license. On work permit, they do allow now. Harshavardhan, how to improve an offer part from removing conditions, will bigger deposit help? So Harsha, multiple things can help. uh, One, you can increase your deposit. Two, you can give the flexible closing date that they were looking for. Three, conditions, do your due diligence and don't put the conditions. And of course, majority of the weight goes to the price. If they're looking for certain price, like if you heard my call before, the agent was trying to convince me that the seller is looking for a little bit more, and there were comparables. And I know that I was trying to scare her a little bit, saying your property been on the market for last 1 month, so better you accept the offer I gave. So it depends on which property you're dealing with, depends on what the seller's situation. So know more about the seller, know more about the property, and give areas where you can be flexible and ask for what you want. Sylvia, nothing can go wrong because you have to use a lawyer. Yes, that's true. Exactly. For everything you have to use a lawyer for majority of the things. Can you borrow from your own RSP for a project? I don't think so. I don't think you will be able to, because you can invest your RSP into another someone else like your friend's project, but I don't think there is certain restrictions on RSP. You cannot invest in your own property. If that would have been the case, many investors would have taken that advantage. What are one of the best cities similar to Windsor to invest at this moment? Anyone else know on this topic? Anyone else have an idea what are the other cities? Because honestly, I'm a so idiotic or dumb when it comes to, or lazy. I never looked into anything else because still Windsor is working so well for me. So I invested in pre-construction here and there, but mostly my focus is in Windsor. If anyone else have an idea about different neighborhoods, please, different cities, let me know in the comments. Sharon, would the firms or realtors hire me to learn something as an intern, as a part-time job, as a CA student? So if you go with this intention, no one will hire you. But if you go with an intention that I want to help you guys, here is the skills I have, here is how I can help you to, if let's say I'm a real estate agent, of course I'm a real estate agent, not let's say. I need a video guy. I need someone who has a video experts, I want someone to be with me around all day long. And if you have someone with that skills and you want to work with me, or you have a good back end skills, like you can write, you can learn writing offers, you can learn run arounds, changing the log boxes for sale signs in return to learn from them, you can approach with that. So whichever the city you're in, start approaching people, ask them, hey, what kind of things are you looking for? Are you looking for any assistance? Do you need any help in any area? Because I'm a student, I'm looking to get into real estate, I want to learn. I don't know anything, but I'm a good learner. I can learn and I can help you in any area that you want. So if you go with that mindset, probably, yeah, there might be people. Because I hired a student a while ago for doing my videos, and I know one of the students that I was just telling, he joined a property management. And I know another guy, I made a video about this student. He started doing leases, like for landlords. He approached the landlords and he's doing leases for the landlords. Like he knows a lot of students. So he said, okay, I will lease your property for you. So you can do that too. So you just need to be creative, you just need to see what people need, and ask if you can help them in that area, rather than, hey, I want to learn, I want to work with you. Not many people will give you opportunities if you're with that mindset, because you're only asking that I want to take it from you, but I am not going to help you. Good luck. Vishnu, hi Aditya, my first mortgage approved in December 2020 in Calgary. I want to invest and live in the Windsor. I have 5% down, but do you think my second mortgage will be approved if I work for a company in Calgary? So if you work in Calgary but you have a work from home option, and your wife doesn't like anymore the snow, so you have to find proper reasons. And if you're genuinely looking to move, you just need to talk to the mortgage guy. If you're saying that you want to move to Windsor, right? Like, so just DM me, I can hook you up with one of my mortgage guy, see they can help you with in this situation. Okay. And so going back to the strategies we were talking, we talked about RRSPs, we talked about private money, borrowing private money. You talked about mm, joint venture partner. Probably I didn't elaborate this on more. You can bring on a partner. So another strategy that I applied, my third property that I purchased, I I was in touch with a couple of my friends, and one of my friends said he has money, he will invest with me. I had to find the deal. I have to go through the renovations. I told him, I can do a burst strategy and give his money back within 1 year, what he invested, and still give him 50% ownership in the deal. Actually, that was the first JV. So I offered him 60% ownership, and I will take 40% ownership, but he has to come up with the money for the down payment and the renovations. And he agreed. We did that successfully. I told him 1 year, but I was able to do it in 6 months, and he gave me money for another one. This time he gave me more to do a bigger project. So finding the JV partner who can bring money onto the table that you need. But again, you have to build relations. One important key piece is, if you're looking for creative ways of buying properties, you gotta build a lot of relations, not just one person. Don't just rely on one mortgage broker. Build a good reputation as well. Like, not only just build the connections, build a good reputation. Be that guy who is a hardworking person, who is in the real estate, who is doing deals, who is always enthusiastic about real estate. Become that person, so that way you will find those opportunities will flying your way. And along with all these strategies, you can do sometimes combine, mix and match. Get the traditional loan and get some of your money, get some of the JV money, or refinance your primary home, take the money from there and get a JV partner and get the traditional loan. So you can do mix and match of multiple strategies. Only thing is, when you're doing certain things, just always keep your mortgage guy in the loop. Hey, here is what I'm planning to do. Is this doable? Is this possible? Is there any risks? Do you see any risks here? If there is any risk, make sure you put a conditional offer, not a firm offers. So yeah, that's pretty much the creative strategy that I applied in my career. These are all the things that I taught so far. All of them I applied in my journey. So I didn't make up any of those. I know a lot of people who did their in their journey as well, similar kind of strategies. So it's just a lot more things to digest, but just use those terms, do a little bit more research. And if you're looking to invest in Windsor, or buy or sell anything, if you want to talk one-on-one, DM me on Instagram. We'll be happy to jump on a one-on-one call and discuss further. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, probably I'll be live for next few minutes, 2 3 minutes, and then we'll be hopping out because I have that deal. That call is keep on coming, so I have to jump on there. So with that, if you don't have any questions, hasta la vista until the next live. Oops, just a question came through. Jatin, Aditya, what is your view on Kitchener market purchase investment there? Um, I mean, I know Kitchener market is pretty hot as well, like growing, because Kitchener Waterloo is one of the high tea hub, I believe, um, growing city. Only challenge I heard from investors is finding a good cash flowing property, or at least break even property, because the prices has gone up so high. But if you can find a creative ways, you can make a positive cash flowing property, or at least break even. Why not? So looking to maybe connect with some other investors in that area. That's all I know about Kitchener. I don't know in depth knowledge. Do you help with specific investment properties in Windsor where burst strategies can be applied? Yeah, of course, Ray. Me and my team, we are located in Windsor, and we invest in Windsor, and we are salespeople in Windsor. So that means we do help our investors, our clients, with all sort of investing strategies. You're very welcome, brother. RK, hey Aditya, I'm willing to invest in Windsor, but I'm willing to travel, live in Brampton only because of the work. How much positive cash flow can I expect? So it depends on just today, one of my agent got a firm offer. This one, he was sharing all the details. I was like, damn, this is such a good property. So we got a, like, for 450,000 something, 6+ bedroom house, pretty much all with a legal height and all, um, already making $4,000 income. Got it for 450. I'm like, it's almost close to 1%. That means it will be making almost $800, $1,000 cash flow. Even if you're very, very conservative, $500 cash flow. So yeah, you can find different strategies. Again, maybe if the price is a little low, you can do some cleanup job and get that rents. So maybe DM us, we can discuss more on that, how much cash flow we can get. But in general, it depends on what type of properties you're looking for. If you're looking for very, very complete turnkey, you might not be able to get that much cash flow. You might just break even. But if you're looking for something that you can improve certain things, where you will have more positive cash flow. You're very welcome, Shrey. Rohan, is this market a good Good idea to go for undervalued properties to do burst strategy in Windsor. Honestly, this is a good time because the market started to improve, but still there are you can find certain properties for still current market value because the market started to shift. And let's say in next 1.5 year, it will, it's most likely the chances of prices going down are very less compared to prices of going up. So at least if you're buying something with the current market value, which need love, which can increase your current market value, then yeah, it's definitely doable. And when the market was going down, like during last year, March, April, May, June, July, August, until the market completely flattened out, until then that was a scary period because we don't know how much the market is dropping. But from August till January, the market kind of flattened. Like our average home price was 520, and it didn't go up that much, it didn't go down, it was like almost average of that 4 5 months, it was a average 520,000. And from February, now we are seeing a price increase. So as of now, we are at the we were at the peak, we dropped, now we flattened, and now we started to go up a little bit. So the chances of going up and then completely going down or less, that's my opinion. Of course, if anyone have a comments, feel free to let me know. Um, but this is a time where you will be able to do bird strategies more actively, because you just need to find the right property. Make sure you're buying at a value that is either current market value or less than the current market value based on the current condition. If you're buying a turnkey property, doesn't need any renovations, and you're buying it at current market value, how can you improve the value? Then yes, that's not going to be possible. So, but if you buy the right property, I think from here on you might find a good bird strategy properties. Do you have any properties in Windsor in a good community with schools inside community with a walkable distance? If yes, I will contact you. Of course, Vishnu. It depends on what specific. If you have a specific schools in mind, what price range you're looking for, what type of properties. But DM me. We can jump on a one-on-one call, discuss about all your needs, and we can show you around some different options. See if it makes sense to you. I'm currently on work permit. I'm doing the Humber course. In the meantime, what are your suggestions I should do learn about real estate? Learn as much as you can about real estate. If you can, go work with someone and read books, anything and everything about real estate, marketing. If you're getting your real estate license, then you got to learn how to market, learn on the marketing side, learn how to use social media, start doing social media, start networking with people. A lot of things you can do, because I see a lot of people just wait to finish their exams. No, why do you want to wait until you finish the exams? You utilize the time you're writing your exams. You're very welcome, Vishnu. Thank you so much. From Telugu and English as well. Oh, thank you, guys. If anyone speak Telugu, మన తెలుగు ఛానల్ పోయి చూడురి. అప్పుడప్పుడు ఫన్ యాక్టివిటీస్ చేస్తుంటా, ఫన్ వీడియోస్ అందులో, అండ్ సమ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, మోర్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్, ఫ్యామిలీ వ్లాగ్స్. సో thank you, guys. I'm gonna hop on and negotiate the deal for our clients, and thank you for joining the live. And make sure stay tuned for the next live, because next live is going to be very interesting one. I'm going to bring on a mortgage guy. We're going to talk a lot about what's going to happen, what can happen in near future with this change in the market, with the Silicon Valley Bank issues, how what kind of impact it's going to have on our. And if this call doesn't stop, I have to negotiate those deals. So we'll be talking all those things on the next live. Make sure stay tuned. And in the meanwhile, if you need any help, Windsor, I'm here. My team is here. With that, see you guys. Take care.